I've been told that I have a big head in the sense that I don't listen or that I'm big headed. And I was so bothered at first, because I kept wondering, why would someone think I have a big head? I know I don't have a big head physically, but why would someone think that I don't listen? And it bothered me for a while because I'm the kind of person that doesn't listen just to listen. I listen to hear people's thoughts, to think differently. But even beyond that, I go way beyond what people are saying verbally to what they're saying non-verbally, what's their posture, what's their tone, what's their attitude. So I'm really looking to connect with people, how they feel and how they think. So why on earth would someone think I do not listen? And I later came to realize that for so many people, listening means wholesomely taking on what people say with yes or yes, really. And because I'm the kind of person that loves to think about what people have said and ask questions, why does this person think this way? Why do I think differently? What are their prejudices? What are my prejudices? What's their context? What's my context? Why are we different? What do I like about what they think? What do I not like as well? I'm not the kind of person that blindly takes on what people think or what people say, whether it's from the media, whether it's from a book that I'm reading. I'm constantly very keen on critically thinking about what information I'm receiving. For so many people, we have settled to become small-headed listeners, not big-headed listeners like myself. We've settled to be small-headed listeners that basically take on what everyone says without question. And the reason this becomes detrimental is when you take on someone's views without thought or question, in case these things don't work out the way they should, or in case they become detrimental to your life, someone else is always to blame for where your life is and your circumstances because someone told you to do it. And that can't be me, because I decided a long, long time ago that whether I fail or succeed is no man's fault but my own. So when I receive information or thoughts or advice from anyone, I choose to take it on. It's not forced on me. It's not something that I blindly follow. I will think about it and then decide to take it on. And what that means is when things don't work out like I think they should, like the person said they would, I don't blame that person for where I am or how bad things are. Many times I'll say, maybe I received the advice in the wrong way. Maybe I received it in a different context. Maybe I need to adapt a few things here and there to make this work for me. But that is something you can only do when you've taken responsibility to think about the things that you're receiving and not wholesomely take on information from the media, from experts who are sharing tips day in, day out, tips on how to do this, tips on how to do this. But at what point do we take responsibility for our lives and say, I have received this information and therefore I think this. So I'm now going to do this, this, and this differently. What can we do better going forward? That's the biggest question, right? Because it doesn't matter where we find ourselves today, whether we've been small-headed listeners who take on information without question, or like me, you've been big-headed and like to think about things. What can we do better? Here is what I think. The next time you're watching a video, reading a book, or interacting with any kind of information, take a moment and pause and think about what you're receiving. Ask some questions. What do I think? What did I think prior to this information? What do I think now that I've received this information? What prejudices does the person giving me this information have? What prejudices do I have? Can we get common ground and can I listen to them without prejudice, And then through those questions, you're critically thinking about things and you'll be able to arrive at a decision to either take on that information, take on parts of it, or even refute it altogether. But whatever decision you make, you will have justifiable reason why. If I meet you and ask you why you think this way or why you feel this way, you'll be able to stand up for it, which means no matter what circumstances you're thrown into or whatever challenges you face, you'll be able to stand for what you believe. Because again, you believe it. I don't believe it for you. I didn't force it on you. You woke up and decided, I believe what this person has said about this, and therefore I'm going to think like they think. But it's a decision that you've made, And I'm just wondering, what exactly is our obsession with having people do what we say, when we say it, how we say it, without question? And I'm saying we because I've been culprit to this before. I'm not some perfect human being who, is standing here or sitting here to tell you what to do perfectly. No, I've made some of these mistakes before. But what's our obsession with having people do what we say, when we say it, how we say it? Like, don't these people have room to actually think about what they want to do? Don't they have free will to choose, I will do this, I will not do this? And shouldn't we be okay with someone else refusing to do what we think they should do, or deciding that life will take a direction we don't think it should take? Shouldn't we be okay with it? So if you're the kind of person that is like me and you've been told you have a big head, even though like me, you might have a small head. If you're the kind of person that has been labeled big-headed because you do not listen, I hope this has shed some perspective. But also for the people that have been blindly taking on information, blindly following people's thoughts without question, I hope this has shed some light as well. I hope we can come to a place where we take charge of our learning experiences, take charge of the beliefs and attitudes that shape our lives, and take back the power to determine what happens in our lives or wherever we find ourselves in life. I hope we can take back the power to determine that by taking back our power to make decisions. And this can be as small a decision as what direction my career path will take. I will listen to you on that, and I appreciate your advice on that. But this is what I have decided. I've used all the information that you've given me, and I have made an informed decision. This is my decision. Can we be okay with that? Do let me know in the comments what you think, what you thought prior to this video. Has this been helpful? Are you a big-headed listener? Are you a small-headed listener? Why? Why do you find yourself blindly following what people think about how your life should be? Or do you find yourself unable to make decisions on your own, taking no responsibility for your life and throwing the responsibility to experts who will tell you this is what you should do, this is how you should do it, this is how your life should run? And what do you think you're going to do better? I'd love to learn from you, and I'm sure everyone else would love to learn from you. So do share your comments and let's learn and grow together.